Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far. Tune in quick, cause you might just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far. Just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Car, no matter if you're near or far. Tune in quick, cause you might just miss the best show this side of the city. It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car, no matter if you're near or far.
Good morning. Grand rising to everyone. Grand rising. It's another day that we do have, and we appreciate it. It's 4 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone, and that's 10 o'clock, 10:04 on the East Coast. We like to say grand rising. Good morning. Great day to all of you all here. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Yes, we are here. We're on air. We had some difficulties with our service, the service that carries us. And I've been saying this, and I'm really disappointed with StreamYard. I think that a number of people that need that live feed that goes all over the world, and they have a system and a signal that they use all over the world. So it should be better customer service. There should be some better services to production companies and to media companies such as ours, because we depend upon those mechanisms to get our broadcasts out. And it's a disservice to you when we get interrupted like we do. And then you charge enormous amounts to continue with terrible service, and that's that. So we're keeping our eyes very, very closely on a new streamer live service for us that we can do, because there's several projects that are getting ready to come up, and we have to be able to air our programs and our broadcast um, as we should and as we do here at the Magman Morning Show. Grand Rising to all of you that are here. Thank you all. Good morning to Alice, our moderator, our chief moderator. She's here at the Blessed Child of God. You had a wonderful program. I saw it, Alice. You know I did. I went over there, and you have great content. You I was laughing at you the way you were explaining some stuff, but I was in the bushes, though not really. But I came to visit. It's just good to see that you're here. Sharon Reed, section leader for the alto section of the choirs here, along with chairman of our deacon board, Deacon Alvin Moore, and our apostle, Apostle Anthony Reed. All of them, the wonderful folks there. To Bishop Larry Trotter, my pastor in remote, as I'm grateful to him. Spoke with him this week, and it's just good to hear from you, Bishop. I know that you're doing some great things. So all of you all that are out on the trail doing things to improve and to make our world and our community a better place, my hat's off to you, because we're up against some things, and I think and feel that what we have to offer here at the MacMan Morning Show is to discuss situations and to discuss the things that are going on in that's going to hit our community real soon. There's some news and some events that had happened on yesterday. Some big news that happened on yesterday. For those of you that got a 401k, and most 401ks, some parts of this country, well over half of this country, have some forms of stocks, bonds, or something that they do have in the 401k pension fund or something like that. Well, I know that you all have been nervous because the market's been crazy. Now, I'm not a finance person. I'm not a person that has that background. And I couldn't tell you what a mutual fund, and that's terrible. I got to know these things. I should be able to know these things as a businessman. But I'm just simply saying we need to come together. Once again, we're going to have Latoya McDonald was going to come back to us. I hope on if we can get her on tomorrow, on Thursday, to come back in and talk about finance, and not just. Insurance is important. We're grateful to Farmers Insurance agent Latoya McDonald for what she does. But then she has background in some other things, and then she has some other products that she has that may help you and may offer you something that you can do to protect and to shield your estate, what you have for your children, your legacy, your grandchildren financially, but then to see what's really going on. I never thought that I would see that the Department of Education would be, might as well saying, dissolved. The same department that's responsible for making sure that there's equal money or some sort of equal federal money and funds that go into every state in the union and territory that provides education for children, or just provide education. There's continuing education like community colleges that really depend on federal funds to keep their doors open. Everybody's not a Harvard student. Everybody is not a Vanderbilt student. Nothing against those Notre Dame students, nothing against Ivy League, Harvard, and Princeton, and Yale, and all those. I'm not saying if your achievements and your academic strive has gotten you to that point, that is a wonderful thing. But there are some people, and I even say myself, I wasn't ready for all of this. They want me to go to Roosevelt and go to this place and that place, but that's not where my desire was, and neither was I looking. There at that time, it wasn't feasible for me to leave the state where I was. I wasn't prepared for it. You got to prepare to send your children out into the world in the college and everything. They're in a whole different light. Even though they're on the college dorm and everything, but they still got to survive, trying to make it out of school. And they depend on these federal programs like Pell Grants and guaranteed student loans to even help them. I mean, you get some students are so much in debt before they get out of school, they owe $200,000 in federal and student loans almost. And just think if you're a doctor and lawyer and taking those professions that others see that you got to have the finance to do it. So we're going to be looking at the Department of Education, and also how in the world did this man turn the White House grounds into a car dealership? The man with the orange makeup and the muskrat have sunk to a low. It's a low like Earl Shive. Have anybody ever heard of Earl Shive? There's a guy who said, I paint any car, any color for $39.99, no ups and no extras. Come in there, just spray paint your car, any kind of color. They just put it on whatever it is. Old raggedy feet. Now, how you know on a $39, $40, whatever it is, paint job, how is that going to look? And this man made millions. He made millions. He made millions. And it's surprising to me that the price of his car, I don't even like how it looks. I know that some people have bought. I know that there's one business that I will not mention that do have one of those muskrat mobiles. Look like a rat trap. It looked like something. I don't know what. I don't know what it looked like. It looked like I don't know what it looked like. I don't know what it looked like. It's just like something back in Lost in Space or something. That's what it looks like. He said, "Oh, it's just all steel, aluminum," and he's just pitching these cars on the White House grounds, folks. What have things? It's not funny. It's not really funny. It's not funny because this is the United States of America that has put itself diplomatically in some hot water. There's a lot. All y'all in the bushes, I know that y'all there, and I don't like how the counter is going, and we're going to have to. I'm tightening up on the things that I have to do to make sure that our broadcast is. It's got to come out, and there's some things that are getting ready to happen in a good way, and we're going to do some production things. But because I don't like how it's being perceived, I'm going to take a break in a couple seconds, and we'll come back in a little bit. But listen, I mean, this man had these folks out there, had all the Teslas. He even had in his hands a note written out in marker. They call it with the Sharpie. And every price of each one of those cars that were lined up in front of the White House. What kind of foolishness is that? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all better wake up and see. Now, those are there. You sleep and you don't know, and nobody said nothing. This man is getting ready to close down one of the largest institutions in our government that's even geared towards making sure that children around the country, rich, poor, everybody taking advantage of it. There's some rich folks that's taking advantage of the Pell Grant system and everything, talking about welfare and everything. But what about that poor mother? That kid got good grades and they got to take a loan out before they can even sign the application to get that done. They got to live. You talking about 4 years or more if they pursuing other things. Think about the financial bearing it's going to have and the morale of education. Now kids don't want to go to school as it is. They don't want to go to school as it is, and they trying to take us all the way back, folks. Your phone and your computer and everything is doing the work for you. Google, what is 20 times equals XYZ squared times the such and so at the circumference of the or whatever, and it'll give you the answer. Ain't nobody did the working the problem out. There's a reason that there's adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All of those steps create all of the other things. You got to get the first four before you do anything else. You got to count, know what the numbers is. Folks don't even know how to sign their names. I was horrified. Somebody said, sign your name. And nobody knew how to sign their name. It made me nervous. I said, wait a minute. I said, we learned, it may not be as nice. I know I can read cursive writing. They don't do it, but then I guess it's the modern time or whatever. But the Department of Education that brings you PBS. Big Bird, they've been trying to get you off the air and off the Sesame Street. Now they get ready to evict you from television. Children's Television Workshop works with PBS Public Broadcast. He gonna hit them too. C-SPAN too. It's already, if you don't see that this form of media that we have, and that's why it's real important that you support independent media. And it's not propaganda. I want to bring you the facts. That's what it is. Lay it out on the line. Yes, we have commentary. Yes, we say what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. You got to mean business. Stand on your word. Stand on what it is. People have been directed in some weird ways. And sitting back thinking that everything is all right. Folks, we got to prepare. Even on the local end, you're getting ready to go in, especially into the South, is getting ready in Mississippi and everything. They're getting ready for the municipal elections. Now, folks, let me say this real quick. Diane Black, good morning to you. I'm fussing, Diane. I shouldn't be. But I'm on fuss. We're getting ready for the local elections, and there's some things that are going on in Mississippi that y'all don't know about. There has been a shift in the map in senatorial districts. Now, there's two senatorial districts. There's Senatorial District number 1, and there's Senate District number 11, which is coming up from Quitman County. They cut out Panola, they kept Tunica, and they up in DeSoto on the southern tip on the end and coming into almost Hernando, which is the county seat. Now, there's some shenanigans going on that folks want to try to eliminate the minority, which they call the minority. We are the majority within that area, and even within that senatorial district, and that District 40 is right there in 11. We're part of 11. Okay, so now you do have that representation. Now, do you have Republican that has a new seat, and there's a gentleman that says that he's a Republican, and he, I don't want to talk about him right now because I'm not going to give him no credence, but this was a new representative district that was created, and now he's attempting to lead those representatives, those folks that put him in there. He looks like me, y'all. And he's getting ready to try to graduate up to the 11th or whatever it's going to be in that senatorial district. He's got another thing coming because he don't see Marshall County around. So you got to know where you at. Marshall County, DeSoto County gets itself together. I got him. So, and figure it out. The population is right in District 40. Within the District 40 in DeSoto County. It's the largest African American concentrated minority district in North Mississippi in DeSoto County, the second, might as well call it the second largest county in the state of Mississippi. Okay, so the votes are there. From Horn Lake to South Haven, the votes are there. Do you know how many people that have transplanted from all over the state of Mississippi and moved north? Now, they may not have went to Chicago, but they've sure made a migration from the Delta, especially is hurting, and in the central parts of Hinds County and coming on up with Greenwood, LaFleur, and all those counties that have our population, they're leaving for the higher paying jobs. And you can't blame anybody. Now, the economy is getting ready to shift because now we got trade wars. This man is talking about putting 50% tariff. It ain't. Do you know what that would do if we had a 50% tariff on Canada? What kind? Oh, good morning. My sister is here. Now, listen, I want to just say something. You hang in there real quick. I'm gonna finish my point right quick, and I'm gonna bring and say hello to uh, our sister broadcaster from up north. I'm talking about the up north folks too. No apologies, just me, and her wonderful program and her wonderful platform that gave me an opportunity. I didn't mean to go on there and be talking and telling things, but we had a real good conversation on her platform. And I try to support people that really stick with the facts and can bring the receipts. If you can't bring the receipts, you just talking, you ain't quoted nothing, you ain't got no backing. A good broadcast journalist, not a disc jockey, not somebody talking here, but a real good broadcast, somebody's trying to bring you the truth and the information is going to bring you the receipts. There ain't a reporter that's a real reporter that don't have access to sources and things. We have sources and people that we can talk to. And that's just like our sister, no apologies, just a lawyer. She be going around super sleuthing and carrying on. You know how she does. You know how you go around and she can get information from folks. I watch how she operates, not in a bad way. That's a good way because you can get the real essence of things. And I'm glad for our sisters being here. Listen, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna say hey to everybody and introduce y'all and say hi. And I might even put it in the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I know I'm gonna bring my sister in and invite her in. It's always good to have company. And Mama she said, but you invite somebody, you invite her. At least offer them a cold glass of water. Would you like something to drink? And I would wonder why we would have to keep, certain things like sweet tea and things like that. And the ice trays must be full. You don't bother that. That's for guests. Would you like some sweet tea or water or something like that? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. And no apologies. You can come on. You don't even have to use your camera or anything. You just come on and stay on the side, and I'll put you into. You know how it works here. And I put you into staging, but we want to say good morning to our sponsors. I'm just so glad that we still have them. I'm working on a St. Patrick's presentation. St. Patrick's is getting ready to open its doors real soon. And there's some things I'm going to say about the presentation that we're going to be doing and to lay off Black business. I'm going to say something when I get back in a little bit. You're listening to the MacMan Morning Show. I'm going to see if we can hook our sister up. She can come on and at least say good morning. Let us go. And it's in the chat. No apologies. It's in the chat. The link if you'd like. All right, let's go and say hey to our sponsors.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show. Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios.
Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538. Have you started a business or thinking about doing it? Don't have the right tools or have the right information? Well, I'm glad that you stopped by here. Rolanda Footman has a new ebook called Success Starts Here, giving you the tools necessary to build the winning mindset for entrepreneurs. You can get your free copy of this wonderful ebook by going to thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com, thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com to get your free copy. All MacMan Morning Show listeners will have this opportunity free to have this wonderful periodical that you can add to your business repertoire as far as going back to getting the things that you need for a successful business. thomasandleebusinesssolutions.com to get your free e-copy of Rolanda's wonderful book, Success Starts Here, that surely will give you the necessary tools to build a winning company.
I changed my mind. Listen, I wanted to salute one of my dear friends, still my church member, and I'd like to just say good morning to Michelle Franklin. Michelle Franklin's tax service is up running, doing what she does. You need to contact her. Get your returns in, folks, as soon as you can, because like I said, they're doing some things and it might be some delays we don't know. So always be prepared ahead of time. Get in touch with Michelle Franklin at area code 708-296-3133. That's 708-296-3133. Tell Michelle that the MacMan sent you over there and get your free estimate. It's a convenient way for you to get your refund. Y'all know y'all gonna make sure that done. Your business and your personal and 1099 customers are welcome. Get your free estimate, get an estimate, okay? And if you do business with her and y'all work out things and the money is right and all those other things, okay, you come back in. You were there. She just was our one of our guests. If you can hear me, come on back in. Get in touch with her, and she'll give you that 3-day, 2-night getaway with your refund. Hey, just get in touch with her. Up to $7,000 in advances up to $7,000. So she'll take care of you. Pizza Pro XL, in the great county of Quitman County, Mississippi, and we are glad to always be a supporter of Pizza Pro XL. And you know something, it's a wonderful thing to be able, and you all have to think about this. We have to support each other. And we got to make sure that, hey, what we do is not just support Black business. We got to get our economy together. And we have to support people that are actually putting people to work. Miss Bridget Wright employs over 20 people in her establishment in a place that's really desolate. And I say that with all due respect, but it's a place where it needs an economic boost. Sure enough, if they really wanted to do something, drop $1 billion into Quitman County, hopefully, and we pray that it be spent the right way. But then leadership needs to be changed too. We got to really listen. I don't want nobody giving me nothing. Open up the door. I'll get it myself. But go over here because summer is coming. I want me one of those wonderful drinks that she has right here. That I know she has some wonderful delicacies. But man, I'm telling you, wouldn't this be nice? And you finish that and they bring you some more. Look at all of the fruits. and all those good things. Miss Bridget, we do salute you and we thank you for your participation as we continue with our broadcast on this morning. We want you to also, you can call Bridget at 662 uh 3006. That's 662-326-3006. Get your lunch and everything prepared. Let me put this back in here. Okay, you can't hear. I had you in staging. No apologies. If you can come back the same way you are, I'll put you in staging, and then I'll bring you up. But I wanted them to do. You can't come here and not at least say hello or something. But I want to hear what you have to. There you go. Now I'm gonna bring you up. All right. You see yourself now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You're on. Okay, now you can hear me. I got you up this early in the
Okay.
morning and things. And this is my dear friend. No apologies, just me. You put your link into the chat so that we can hook it up. And I think Alex beat me to it if she can. This is my friend from up in the north area there. When we talk about Tiffany Henyard, when we talk about, not talk about, but when we report on the situations at hand, this person right here next to the super producer, that's our friend. So you better say something about the super producer, see, because
Mhm.
she's on something. She's on something. Investigative reporting at its finest. And when I say investigative, that means that they go deeper than just what the story is. And this lady right here, no apologies, just me, is the best. That is so cool and so slick with it. But then it's okay to be a good reporter. I like to welcome you to the Magman Morning Show. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, the
All
Magnet
right.
Morning Show.
Okay. Hello. Hello. All right. Listen, I got a question for you, but I'm gonna keep that other part. I got to leave the good part for later. I'm looking at the Department of Education. I'm looking at,
Mhm.
because we know some federal workers. We know some people that work in IRS or work in various parts, whether Social Security, whatever the case may be, to help us and to achieve. I'm talking about like the local offices and the local places that we go and we need help. Medical, what is that? HUD. We need HUD. Section 8. There's a lot of things. The Department of Agriculture, food stamps. They think that is something when people. I've experienced. I know what food stamps is. My mama. I wasn't ashamed to go to the store with that book because I knew it fed us. Sometimes you just ain't got. I ain't got no pride. I got pride. But there were some kids that were. Kids can be cruel and horrible. And
Mhm.
yeah, we could. We was terrible. We tease each other. They was on food stamp, but they make sure they can. They'll they'll talk about you. But then, make a long story short, what do you think about what this man is doing? You know who we talking about, the orange man. Before I get to good part of why I got you, why I'm glad that you're here. I want you to talk about the state of how we are and what's going on in the country, if you might.
I think, in my opinion, I think he's trying to. You know how Tiffany is like trying to starve. She's starving the people. I think he wants to starve the people. I think he really wants to get us like Russia. And it starts with eggs today. What's tomorrow, right? If he doesn't stop what he's doing, we all going to be in some kind of line.
Yeah,
So it's scary.
yeah, yeah.
And then as kids, we saw our parents go through things, but we was kind of disconnected from it because it wasn't us personally. But now we're adults and seeing this, it's like, whoa, how did our parents, our grandparents get through certain
Right.
things in life?
Because if you remember, and I know you could, when our parents, they went to work, we looked forward to Friday. We knew
Yes.
there was payday. I ain't lying. Some folks don't know just the joy we knew that somebody was going to the grocery store or
Yeah.
had been before they got home from work. I knew when I saw the jitney cab pull up to the house, I knew we had to get in line because we had to get an assembly line. And you could take $65 and fill your whole house with
Mm,
groceries for a month
yep.
almost back then, whatever back then. Them prices. And we had the candy store and all those other little things.
Yeah.
And We were poor, but we didn't know it. I didn't know we was poor. I didn't know that. We
I
had something to eat every day, and we
mhm.
had what we had. We wasn't really out in fat. But nowadays, if your kids are not labeled up and looking like whatever they got, looking like the dead people to me, and I saw something. I'm not talking about folks. I'm just saying men too. I mean vanity. I mean these, all
Mhm,
this stuff that's going on. They got to have name brand underwear. They showing their drawers, and we didn't do that back in the day. But now,
mhm.
can you just tell me? Because people don't think that we had those experiences. Can you tell those folks that we how we live versus what we see this foolishness that we see today?
Hey, first of all, I didn't know what a computer was until I was getting to high school. So, and a personal handheld, I would never have known what that was until I had kids. Back in the day, I remember we had shopping carts pushing that little buggy to the laundromat, to the grocery store.
You remember? Okay, come on. Because they don't believe it. Oh man, you did laundry on Saturday. You didn't
Yep,
do
and
no cleaning up on Sunday. You better not do nothing on Sunday. Shit, kid, you go
nope.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Yep.
ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead. Lie.
And that's
I ain't mean to.
that's a
Okay.
true fact. We definitely couldn't
Mhm.
wash them clothes. Even to my mother, when
Uh,
my mother even passed away, we still couldn't
mhm,
wash in her house. And she wasn't cleaning on
mhm.
no Sunday. And but back
Hey,
then,
did you iron
mm,
sheets? Did you iron sheets? Have
I
you
didn't
ever
earn
heard of
no
that? My
sheets.
mother
But
made
my
my
grandmother
mother made
did.
Ooh, my mama made my sisters hated laundry day because I couldn't. My job was just to take the garbage out. They hated me. They hated me with a passion. All you do is take the garbage out. That's it. I sit on the porch, lollipop or whatever. The ice cream man come. I give them a little twos and
Uh-huh.
brews, and they be mad. They have to clean that house
Mhm.
before they do anything on Saturday. But I
Yes.
knew that at a certain time, by like 3 o'clock, they get a chance to go to the show, and they done cooked up with their girlfriends. My sisters, them, that got the straightening comb and the curlers, and they going out and they going to have them a nice time. Do you remember the days when we used to have fun?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go
Yes.
ahead. Come on,
Yes.
tell the folks that we used to have fun. Now you from up north? Are you okay? Now I'm from Chicago. I
Okay.
went to Carver. Where did you go to school?
I went to
I want to
Inglewood.
know. See, so you was
I
over there
grew
on
up in
that
Inglewood.
that that west that west south the southwest side.
It,
Inglewood is very important to now Chicago. Now that is the hub of emergency services. When you hear Inglewood and North and Maine is the North, is the dividing line. Is that Madison and State or
Ma
Madison or something? Come on, help
Madison
me out.
Estate.
You from Inglewood? You know Inglewood was the premier shopping area
Oh, back
in the
in the
city
day.
of Chicago. Am I
Mhm.
lying, sister? Halster
You're
Street
not
and 60.
lying.
What? Come on. Do you know anything about the roads?
On the west side?
On the south side in the
The
Inglewood,
Rose? Is it a
the
clothing
roads. It was a lounge. It was a lounge. What was the name of that
the
lounge over
Rose
there
was
that
on the
does
west
bank?
side. Um,
No, on the other was yeah, that's on Madison. But what is the name of that place over there?
there
Taste.
used
Is
to
that the
be
Taste
the Taste,
over
yes.
there on the inner? That's what does drug
Hello?
us to the Taste. Yeah, you were Inglewood. I had to test you.
Yeah.
That's the
You're
report.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell it. Okay, I just want people to know
Mhm.
because they don't believe it. And I got this other question I'm gonna ask you before we go to our second break. I'm gonna make it 3 breaks to give you a
Okay.
chance because I got you crying here. They think I'm messing with you. But
Mhm.
my thing is what I see today in families that really
Mhm.
breaks me down, sister. And it just hurts my feelings because I see the destruction in our family, even in the youth. Do you know that there are things in people's households and people are going through that we would never do to our parents or our grandparents? God help our grandparents. But my mother was, well, I'll tell you about that later. But give us a
Mhm.
sense of how we grew up. And people think it was, go on, give it to us. I got Brother Lee. My brother Lee is here.
Hello.
Okay, hey, to the Urban Lounge podcast. See, you got your peoples coming. They always, oh, the number jumped up. Lord, wait a minute, Alice, we need some help here. Oh, that's the taste on. How you know about the taste over there, Sharon Reed? That
Mhm.
Sharon Reed
Easy
from
for to
Inglewood
know.
too.
Hey, Sharon,
Look
she
out!
knows.
Who is these people coming? Oh Lord, wait a minute, hold on. We got a whole whole jingling up in here. Wait now, I'm gonna take a break real quick, but you
Okay.
hold that thought. Get your thoughts together. My special guest, along with Brother Lee, our chief commentator, and
Mm.
I think he's gonna know. You know, we just gonna talk a little family, little review here, and I want you to talk about our friend up there that's getting ready to get locked up. We already know she's going to prison, and that crazy lady
Ooh,
up there in Dalton messing with my friend, that Cassandra woman. But we ain't gonna talk
yeah.
much about her, but I want to get some developments from you. My very special guest, my very, very, very special guest. No apologies, just me. I'm gonna leave it just like that. She's here with us. Brother Lee is here. We'll be right back. I got to pay homage to the sponsors, if you know what I mean. But I like our sponsors. They really help us out. They keep us on the air, and there's much, much to come. I got a big announcement before next week to let
Mm.
you all know generosity and what God can do if you just do the right thing by people. He'll bless you. Okay, I'm gonna leave that part there. We'll be right back after these
All
commercial
right.
breaks and messages. I'll be right back.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. That's red. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. If you never had fun like this, you know you're gonna have a lot of fun when you hit the door. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. Yeah, come on, come on, the Reds, located 398 Sunflower Avenue in Clarksdale, Mississippi, featuring the best in blues, food, atmosphere, and drink. If you never had fun like this, you know you're gonna have a lot of fun when you hit the door. That's it. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah.
Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
An announcement from the great and powerful Oz.
Hey, I'm not the Oz. Man, I'm just plain old DJ Big Daddy House, a.k.a. Samaje Anand, right here on WKRA 92.7 FM on the Madman Morning Show, making a brand new announcement. Yes, a brand new announcement for all of you out there that have non-for-profit organizations or just doing good in the hood. We have a new segment called the Community Calendar. So if you got something going on good in the hood that's going to benefit the people of this nation, man, make sure you get in touch with us, man, so we can put it out there and everybody can know about your creation. Right here at the Madman Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 FM.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And it's 44 past the hour of 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. That's Chicago time, if y'all don't know what it is, right up the middle there. Here we are on the MacMan Morning Show. Good morning, Grand Rising. Brother Lee is here. with us. And also our very special guest is here. Listen, no excuse. She ain't got none. She ain't trying to hear what y'all talking about. All that old foolishness. You know how people are. She has no apologies. It's just her. And I'm going to leave it like that. There's something more. She ain't got to tell you. See, because we as broadcasters, we got to, you had Ed Sullivan. His name may have been Lenny Wolverwich or something. And he just changed. Folk got stage names. So don't be messing around. She's no apologies, just me. A friend of my show, a friend on broadcasting, one of the finest people that I do know on these YouTube streets, as they call it. See, they don't like real journalists, and then they don't like you when you're cool with it. So you ain't like me. See, I holler at folks and stuff, and get the sweating and looking crazy and stuff. My brother Lee had to calm me down sometime, and I'm so glad he's here. But I like to say this: St. Patrick's, our partners, is getting ready to open up their wonderful establishment and the grand opening. Miss Tiffany Kamar. See, you got to make friends wherever, and you got to tell the truth about people. Quit lying on folks and say, "Oh, St. Patrick's." That's why all of that built. That woman put her life and her reputation and her husband's life and reputation, business, they house. They probably had to mortgage their great grandchildren to Mars and make them work on Mars in order for them to get this. And we're going to support them. The Magman Morning Show is definitely going to support St. Patrick's, and they're opening real soon, coming in real soon, and they want us there, and they want us to do their grand opening broadcast. We're going to work on the business, and see, don't be hating, because like I tell you about no apologies, just me. You don't be hating. We got to celebrate each other. And I wanted to just put that out there. My wonderful guest, no apologies, just me, and our chief contributor and chief commentator, Brother Lee, is here. Say good morning, Brother Lee, to our guest. I ain't through with it. I want you to come in on it too, because you know you talking about Chicago, from the west side to the south side to the north side to the east side. That's my Brother Lee. He was more adventurous than I was. But say good morning, grand rising and all those great things to our wonderful chat. We got everybody here. Come on, Brother Lee.
Great day, everyone. I like to say great day and new beginnings.
Yes. And we have our wonderful guest here. No apologies, just me. I think y'all gonna get along. Y'all behave yourself. I know she's been warned ahead of time, but see, I bring it straight. Brother Lee showing up bring the smoke. But I wanted to establish something real quick. Go back to the Inglewood days, and we're gonna come out of there and go a little bit south, down to the south suburbs, and see what they doing. The people don't understand, and we got a large viewership in Chicago, northern Indiana, all up there, Detroit, all up there in Ohio, and those of our stomping grounds, the Iowa and so forth. But right here in the Mid-South, right here in the Memphis, the Mississippi, the North Mississippi area, the Arkansas, this is where our folks come from. They left and they came to the migration. And a lot of people went to the steel mills and got the good jobs, and United Steel, they could get their cars every 2 years. They can get a new car and work at Ford Motor Plant and all these other, General Motors and all. And when the economy was thriving in Chicago and for folks, and we had pride in what we do. You knew Mr. Johnson don't walk on his grass or such, and so we had respect back then. Tell us, and I think Brother Lee can come in a little bit. Tell us about life, and I'm not trying to just be nostalgic, but people don't understand. We had some sense back then, didn't
we? Yes, we did.
Or we thought we did. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
Oh, I would say yes. We had a lot. I remember my aunt taught us, don't walk on the grass. Don't walk on people's grass. Walk on a sidewalk or walk to where you can walk. Also, I remember just growing up how we had to use fitted sheets. And when we go to my aunt's house, she taught us how to make a bed. You know what I'm saying? Or if you cook or you eat, how to use a knife to cut your food.
Wow.
So it's a lot of stuff is gone. That is unfortunate.
Man. It's just and then we look at the institutions that are getting ready to be just eliminated from the Department of Education. When I went to school on a Pell Grant, it paid for my whole semester, and I got it again each semester. and they had another one that they had that I had. It was like a semi loan type of thing, but then I didn't have no problem. I ran into problem right about a year and a half of into Colombia, and I went to work and I did some other things, and I never went back. But those opportunities, like see the program, Brother Lee can probably come in when they would send young people to work. You got skills, and you had economics, and you knew how to go in there and cook and iron and all that. Come on, Brother Lee. Y'all, come on now. You know you've been down there like you ain't, like you don't know what's happening. Come on in, Brother Lee. Come on in with this. You remember
All
back
right.
then, Finger and all them. Yeah, come on, Lee. Come
Well,
on in.
I'd say in that time, things were done a little differently. Not a little differently, but whole lot different from it is now. And different in there was some good things that we did, a lot of positive things that were done then. And I'd say parents were keeping a closer eye on the kids. And not only a closer eye, we actually were active. Parents were active in what the kids were doing. They may not have had the education that the kids were getting, but they knew how important education was, and that we have pulled away from that, and it this is what the result is. And I say when we first came up here from the what they call the great migration, is that there was a lot of positive things about that. They got better jobs, and they got things that they achieved, things that they didn't get before. But the thing that we did not do was, as a lot of races done that migrated from their countries and everything, we didn't send any money back.
Oh.
And you see the Mexicans, they send money back. The Puerto Ricans, they send money back. The Jamaicans, they send money back. And we didn't send any money back. That's why we look at the Delta and say, man, we have produced a lot of educated and wealthy people, but they didn't send any money back. They may
Mhm.
go back and visit in their nice cars and hug on mama, but they don't put any money in. And they say how deteriorating the neighborhoods and the communities and the towns are. But that's because one of the reasons, because the government is turned their back on us, but we have not sent any money back. And that's
That's a
the
good point,
result.
Lee. Lee, I want to say something real quick. That's a good point you made right then, Lee, that I hadn't thought about. Is how now we can talk about the Hispanics all day, but one thing they gonna do is send some money back to Mexico. Come on, can I get a witness in the chat? Y'all know they be at Fridays. They be at Walmart getting them transfers and sending them American dollars back home to help grandma and everybody else. And Lee, like you said, maybe I'm jumping to conclusion, but I'm gonna let you say we forgotten about the folks down south. Come on with it.
Well, we
Where
we
we
go
come from.
back, we go back and we visit, but we don't put any money in the community that we left. And that's the thing. We go back. We go back,
Yeah,
but we don't put
yeah.
any money back. We don't put any banks. We don't build any banks. We got the resources to do it, to put some money in the community to
Hmm.
actually not just show off in a nice car. You see
Yeah.
the kids that they feel they don't have any hope. We don't stop and explain to them that this is what you can do. And not just explain to them, show them the way,
Mhm.
and let them know that, what, you're not lost. We haven't forgotten about you, but we have forgotten. We have overlooked them. We call them country, but we just as country as they are. But
Mhm.
we don't want to remember and keep
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
heritage in us. We say, oh, they just country, but those are the same people that work for almost nothing just to get you what you have.
Mhm.
That's right.
And that's, we have to respect our roots. And you know what?
Mhm.
Yes, and that's the thing. That we are the only these Africans from these Africans that were brought here. We are the only ones in this United States, in this world, that in this America, that other countries, they don't they have Africans that was from Africa, like the Dominican Republic, the Haiti, and the Jamaica. They don't call themselves African Jamaicans. They don't call themselves African
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans. They don't call themselves African Mexicans. They don't call themselves African Canadians. They call themselves Canadians. They call themselves Jamaicans because they're ashamed of being black. They're ashamed of being from Africa. So they drop the African and keep the Jamaican. They drop the African and keep the Puerto Rican. They drop the African and keep the Cuban, and they don't want to be associated with, we're the only ones say we're African American. We hold on to those roots from where we came. Those other countries don't even want to be associated with it.
Well,
You
I
ask
think
them,
that Lee,
you
you
asked,
bring up another good point, and I wanted to, and I want you to hold that point right there, though. But you make another point: the prejudice against each other. Now, come on, no apologies. Like I said, look at the effect that it's having on us. When I remember it was Jesse Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, running for president the first time that I heard the words. That's back in '80s, in the '80, '81, '83, '82, something like that. I don't know, but he ran twice. So right before he had ran, and he said African Americans, and from then on, it stuck. This label that people have put on us, Brother Lee, and to no apologies. What I wanted to know was what has happened to our unity? We used to have unity back in the day. I know, but from the '70s on down, I remember there was some sort of unity, even in the church and the community. We had something that we could hold on to that we had brought over from the civil rights movement, like Operation Push and all these other organizations that came along. Then we had Stokely Carmichael and all these other things that we had some pride. People didn't mess with us like they getting ready to mess with us now. We didn't incarcerate our children at that rate and things like that. But give me a little insight and a little reflect on what Brother Lee has said, if you can bounce back on it for us, sister.
I think that was a profound statement that he made. When I think about I didn't grow up in the South. My grandfather come from the South, but as they gotten older or passed away, we have like a disconnection from family. We don't go down South anymore. I wouldn't even know a relative in the South, and I think which is frustrating is that no one even talks about like a lot of crimes that we hear, and it's just stuff that we hear on the media, right? Why is it so many that African Americans are being portrayed the way they are? See, because the young people really don't even have a connection from what our mothers or our grandparents have gone through. So it's like everything is given. So I can respect the past and the history, but we don't have any more in double. If there's an NAACP, you don't hear it in the community. I remember Harold Washington
Oh
when they
yeah,
said everybody loved him, and
yeah,
he brought. He may not brought everyone together, but he brought the African American peoples together or the blacks together. So we don't
yeah.
have that. So everybody's just going wild right now. When are we going to get back to basic so we can do progression again?
That's true. Brother Lee, come on. Is there anything more with that part that you'd like to interject?
well, I like to say this about the double
In
NAACP. I like to,
NAACP.
okay, I'll say this. And the thing about that, I mean, they do good work. They haven't done anything. They don't take the lead as they did before. We don't go to them. We used to go to them when we were in trouble, when we were arrested, when we were being hung, and we were being unalived, and we don't go to them because we thought that that was their only purpose. The thing about them is they need to evolve, so to speak. They have to change. They have to get better. And think about this, and start with the name itself, the National Advancement of Color People. And
Yeah,
see,
that's a heck of a name.
and see, change that. They gotta do something with that name. That name alone tells you that they're behind the times. and it's an oxymoron because they said advancement, but then you're using something that was from the past. It's an oxymoron it in itself. It would be a joke if it wasn't funny. It's not funny, and but you look at that and you think about it, the national advancement of colored people. But yeah, you say you for the future, but you're still in the past, and so we have to start there, and we have to stop following, and we're gonna have to lead. And I understand about the beauty and everything, and we think beautiful is long locks and everything, but tell you the truth, it's not us, because we're trying to follow. And if somebody can tell me I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong, that we're following, because that don't look like us. So it looks like someone else. So we're following it, and we can come up with reasons why we do it. But see, I can do what I want. Well, yeah, we're different. We can't operate like them because we're not them. And we should understand that being them hasn't gotten us anywhere. Copying them hasn't gotten us anywhere. And we're using their solutions to solve our problems. And then we're scratching our heads figuring out why is it not working, because their solutions wasn't meant for us, and those laws wasn't meant for us. That's why they don't work for us. That's why when every time we stopped and we harassed and we go to the bank and try to get a loan, all those things were not meant for us. That's why they don't work for us. We keep having to go to court to get the smallest things pushed through because those laws are not written for us. And that's why the government stands in our way. Because they're frustrated trying to tell us, look, these are not your laws. These are not written for you. You're an animal. You're an animal. You're separate from us. That's how they see us. And if we don't have respect for ourselves, I'm just saying, we have to recognize that we have to come back together, not come together, come back together.
Let's do this before, and hold your thought right there. We're going to do our last break. And I want you to, no apologies, just stick around. If you could stay with us for a couple of more minutes, we almost through. And we have our wonderful guests. Thank everybody that's in the chat, that's watching. Those of y'all that's in the bushes. Ooh, the bushes is shaking so bad. It looked like a tornado or something that swept through or something. So y'all be careful out there. We just say hello to everybody. We're going to just do this quick break. We'll be right back with our guests. We got a little bit more to talk about. And the inevitable, I got to talk about this here. Y'all know I got to talk about what happened last night at that craziness that we saw. Y'all stick around. I got Brother Lee, and no apologies. It's just her. We're here, and that's my wonderful special guest that's here. We'll be right back after these messages, y'all. I'll be right back. Promise.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios.
Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538.
First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president.
Back on the Magman Morning Show. Listen, I am so happy to have, man, it is very, thank you all for coming over and sharing with us. I know who brought the crew. See, she's showing up from Inglewood, because you don't go nowhere without your posse, your crew. You going the ones, y'all better, mama would say, y'all left together, y'all better come back together. There ain't no such thing as leaving nobody get left behind. And this morning, I am pleased to see that my sister's not a selfish person, even sharing our broadcast on her platform. Let me say this, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. When you treat people right and your heart, I'm not saying nobody's perfect, don't get me wrong, but when you connect with people that are doing the same thing with you, and you're not jealous hearted, you're not envious of what they're doing, you're not trying to tear that person down, all that old meanness and ugliness, but you can collaborate together and really have decent, open, honest conversation like we're having today on the Magman Morning Show, and with no apologies, just me. I got to shout out to her now because she's here, and it's a wonderful thing to have. Brother Lee is here also with us. I want to shift gears, and I put Brother Yellow Pain on there for a reason, because we're going to talk about this crazy person, and you know who I'm getting ready to say, that crazy lady over in Dalton. Let me say this, y'all. I'm praying for her. The election going to be won. Jason House is going, and that other lady, I don't know where they got her from. But I saw something that was real disturbing. No apologies, on yesterday, and I don't have a video of it, but then I saw her reaction, her facial expression. The way she moved was, I'm humiliated. I know y'all not going to do nothing, and we're not going to get rid of Keith Price in these last months or so. Because they were going to fire him last night. He was getting ready to get fired, and there was another maneuver that was done. They said that the trustee Stephanie Wiedemann could not come on remotely, but yet they had the lawyer on it. Come on, give us just a little recap of what I know you saw it. You saw it. Go ahead. I want you to bring it in. Because this is the elephant in the room. I want you to talk about it.
Well, first of all, they were upstairs, and I was downstairs, like where the fight happened at. So I wasn't in the.
Oh, you was in the overflow yesterday. You was in the overflow last night. Go ahead, talk about it.
Right. When I saw that Kamal was up in that room, I said, "No, I don't want to go up there." I'm just saying, I don't know why he's there. It was weird. First of all, the mics didn't work downstairs, And the only way we could hear, because we had to watch somebody's YouTube to watch it. But other than that, we couldn't hear downstairs what was going on. But we hear bits and pieces, and it went out. I don't know if it was by design or what, but I did
I
hear
think
the
she
staff.
did that. She did that on purpose because she knew y'all was down there watching it and everything. Go ahead.
Right. And it was like 25 people or so downstairs. So they really should have had it downstairs because there were more people down there. But I digress. Um, so I'm just, yes. And so what was interesting was, so she was upset because well, Stephanie Wiedemann was out of town, or she had a childcare issue. She wanted to call in and be on the phone or do a Zoom or what have you, is a call in. Tiffany said no. Tiffany's like, no, you got to be here for this. And but the crazy part about it was everybody was looking like their attorney is on Zoom. So
She's on
what?
Zoom. Yeah, that tripped me out.
Like how she could be on Zoom, but Stephanie can't be on the phone. See, because this is what they said. This happened to me too. This is not the first time they try to do something like this, where they try to do a Zoom or call in. She said when they go
Mhm.
to closed session, they need to be in. Everybody needs to be in the room in closed session, or it's not a closed session. And the attorney did not show up because she's scared to come to Thornton Township. She's not coming back there.
Then she was on TV and she ruled in their favor. Then the motion came up. Now,
Yes.
wait a minute. Now let's go back to the original parts of arithmetic, as my folks would say over on the South Side. That's where I'm from. And West Side too, born on West Side and raised
Oh.
on South Side. They say arithmetic. Now they say now two beats one, right? In a vote, right? Now if you had a quorum with the folks that was at the table, there's three of them. She's the presider, but she gets a vote. She was outvoted. The clerk doesn't get a vote in a quorum. She doesn't get that vote. How did that messed me up because they had a quorum there. You didn't allow Ms. Wiedemann there, but you got two other trustees and yourself. So it got to be an official meeting or a quorum. Why are you putting the motion on the floor? That's just little technical stuff. But that's what messed me up, though. That messed me up.
Well, from understanding, the clerk can vote. Uh, I don't know if it's like she
It was a
can
tie. It
vote.
wasn't a tie. It couldn't have
Right,
been a
with the
tie
time.
with that. It couldn't have been a tie.
Mhm.
So it would. You see, it was just some funny business going on there, and how short it was. I mean, you were there. I mean, what was the reaction of the people in the overflow with you?
They were it's like they were like, oh well, and it was like, what was the point of us coming? They was I don't want to say disappointed, but it seemed like they weren't surprised.
Wow.
Um, they weren't surprised, which is interesting. I was like, oh, okay, we just got up and left like. And it was
Wow.
funny is, CL Smooth, I know he's in the chat.
Yeah, there he is.
He
Yeah. Go
actually
ahead.
he actually came to the meeting also last night. But
Is
when
that
it was
right?
time to leave, I didn't know, but CL Smooth, he parked because he said it was nowhere else to park, so he parked right by Tiffany's car. By the time it was less than 5
Well, that's
minutes or
okay.
so,
That's
she was
okay.
gone. When he said he
Wow.
got to his car, she was gone. She was gone. Normally, they linger around. Now, like I
Yeah.
said, because of the whole squad or the goon squad, whatever they call
Yeah.
themselves,
Yeah.
they got in that car and left.
Okay. Let
So
me
he's
ask you this
downstairs.
question.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this question. Did William Moore come in there looking like a pimp player with all that? Was that him
Oh,
in the suit? That
no, no,
wasn't
no.
him.
Somebody explained to
Who
me
was that?
last night that was
Yeah.
Gerald. He was an alderman of the Fifth Ward in Chicago.
Okay. Okay. I don't know who that is. What was he doing there? I wonder.
Maybe he was coming to
Supporting
support her. Like I
Lord.
like I told
The
people.
fifth ward. That's where I don't know who that is. If
Yeah.
somebody can do the research, pull that. Who's that fifth ward alderman in the city of Chicago? If anybody knows it, put it in the chat so I'll know so we don't say the wrong thing. But just go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, but I want to
Hmm.
say is from what I understand, just from talking to different people, and especially men. Now,
Hmm.
there's certain men, but there's a lot of people who do really support her, and I think
Hmm.
there's a lot of men who actually support her also. So
Why you think that? Why?
I have
Okay,
no
I ain't
clue.
mean to laugh like that. Now you come on that, but I don't know. I mean, because I don't know. I don't know. Something ain't right somewhere with that. Because if you look at, if you look at, okay, I didn't see William Moore and them. I didn't see Michael Smith. I didn't see him. Did y'all see him?
No,
Them the other henchmen. But
no.
Kamal was there to drive the car. And did you see who's this guy? There was an interview. You know, this white fella. He had all. I just seen his stuff on
Oh, Tommy G.
another platform. Yeah, okay. Now you know where I'm going. Now, Tommy G, how did he get that kind of access? I know you know these people. See, how did he
Well,
get that kind of access?
Tommy G had did a interview with her before all this.
Uh huh.
So he did a video on her. But Tommy G got like 1 million people, uh,
Wow, do they?
subscribers. So she
Okay.
probably thought
Ain't that
that,
something? They support him, and then she gave. I ain't knocking nobody now, but she won't give the black content creator none. I mean, or reporters. She's refused me many times. I've sent official
oh,
notification to the city for an interview, and how do I go through your press? And she totally ignored me. Now I've interviewed many of the trustees, Ms.
mhm,
Wiedemann, especially Kiana Belcher. Miss Norwood and them are coming soon, and Jason House, people like
mhm,
that. I got involved through Sherry Hatcher. Sherry Hatchett, and she introduced me to Dr. Nikita and some other people, and some
mhm,
Carl Wilson. Hey, y'all, and all of them, Miss Price, Dan Lee, all these people that are
mhm.
a part of this scenario. It's not a soap opera, but these are the lead characters in bringing back what was a great community. Tell us about how you feel about Thornton, and how did you and about the south suburbs and everything. That it ain't always corruption and woo-doo-doo. I know it's some bad places, but how do you feel about the south suburbs? Your honest opinion. You smiling. I know it's the reason.
But first of all,
Go ahead.
there's
Uh huh.
big time corruption in the south
Okay.
suburbs. And it's been
Okay.
going
Come
on
on
for
with it.
years. And because of the power of the internet, that's the only reason why corruption has been exposed. If it wasn't the internet, the YouTubers, this would continue to go on. When we
Mm,
moved out here, my mother had bought a house. She was a school teacher, and she wanted to
mm.
be closer to work, but she didn't want to be uh, in that neighborhood in Robbins, Illinois. So
Okay.
we moved to Harvey, the next town next to Dalton. Now, as
Yeah.
growing up, I'll never forget going through Riverdale and Dalton. We used to go to the skating rink, and we
In
used to it
Markham,
was a
you used to go
in
to
Markham.
Markham.
Yes, yes,
What you know
and
about the Markham skating ring? You don't know about.
hey, listen, Mr. Miller, he was the
Okay.
mayor of Markham. He used to own it,
Okay.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Oh, you
so
know there.
yes, I
Go ahead.
do. And so it was a treat to come to the South Suburb, and, I grew up in Inglewood. Inglewood's like the hood.
Right.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was a hood, but it was a hood.
Roseland, and
Yes,
Inglewood. I'll cover Roseland. I'll agree with all the low end
yes,
they call it. I guess.
and low
Argyle
end.
Gardens, Roseland, and all. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And coming out this way, I remember as a kid, a young person, I used to see signs in the window that said, "We will not move." At some point, they moved, and then the community started to change. But in in hindsight, what I really kind of interested me, I can't say that. What I find very important is how a lot of people from the west side has now moved to the south side, the south suburbs. I'm not sure
Mm,
why, but
mm.
interesting.
Wow.
Harvey is ran down, but Dalton is not as what is being portrayed as to Dalton as being like this terrible, poor, poverty area. That's not Dalton. That's not
Right. That's what I don't
Dalton's
remember it
problem.
as.
No, and it's not. Again, the communities are changing, but Dalton, they have their own set of issues, but it's not because of they have all these abandoned houses. That's not their problem.
Yeah.
It's really still nice, and and then it goes towards South Holland. It's still nice, but you still got
Wow.
pockets of Harvey that they try to, use throw that in the mix to make the rest of the suburbs look bad, but it's not true.
Okay. Let me ask you this final question because we're getting ready to wrap up.
Okay.
We have enough time. One, I hope you will come back and be with us. We got a lot of coverage to do, especially because this upcoming election. I got a prediction, but I ain't gonna put you in that core. I'm going for. I believe Jason House is going. He's going to take care of business. Him in
Definitely.
2025. But it just so much going on. But then again, what should we be looking out for? You got your sources, I got mine. What do you think we should be looking out for in the coming days up there after the election? Well, she's out of it, I think. I mean, she's out the box. She's not, and I think that they're moving in. What do you think about that?
I think she's definitely out the box. I heard that she's trying to run get on the school board. Somebody will have to elect her to get on them boards, right? Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna see if she leaves peacefully. That's the question.
Uh,
Will she leave
Well,
peacefully?
that's yet to be done. Listen, I want to thank you for coming in and being with us today, my dear friend. No apologies, just me. You catch her on her. I'm going to be putting everything about you in the chat. That's our new affiliate. And if I need to know something. If it's not the super producer dog on it, you're right there, and you're here. Thank you for coming. I was surprised to
Thank
see
you.
you this morning. Thank you very much, and to all her crew. Y'all have made that chat jump, and Alice and them is looking like where these people come. I appreciate everybody that came along. Sister, you got a friend over here, and blessings to you. You enjoy your day, and may you just be prosperous. To everybody that's listening, this is the Mac Man Morning Show. We get ready to go off the air. Brother Lee, we'll be back. We got a little bit more that we're going to be doing in the coming weeks, and I want to say that, hey, love somebody. It ain't going to hurt you to love nobody. Just be good to somebody. And we'll see you on the Mac Man Morning Show.